Gonna try it again. So the connection went out. We're gonna see if I can get it to work. And we also give you a taste of what I've dealt with most of the day. So we're gonna see a couple people came on. Welcome, guys. Curtis is in. Carson is checking in from Kansas. April, good evening, April. I'm bringing it up on my. Oh, it looks like I'm not even weak anymore. So now there's a bunch of numbers. Chris is in. Curtis is in. Rhett joined. Welcome, guys. All right, we're gonna try it again. So that sigh for me is to give you an example of how it was going here when I first started out. So I went on 7 o'clock. I was explaining that wasn't going to do it here tonight because I was hoping to be home, but the day got a little bit longer. Missy's in, Dennis is in, Jenny's in, Aaron Garlock, welcome, Emily, Jason, Robbie Schmidt. Gosh, great to see you guys back. Great to be back. But if you wait through 3 seconds, you'll hear what I've been listening to most of the day. I got a dog that came to work with me. I got 2 of them. I'm going to flip this over. There's our little Ellie girl. Ellie's been with me. Wesley's in. Matt Green joined in. Brian Quinn, welcome. Marty, welcome back. Marty was in. I think he was the first one in before. Eric, Justin Jones is here from Texas. Welcome, Justin. Chris and Jolene. Fred Bolin. Welcome all you guys. Do me a favor, share away on this. So I'm excited to be back. I've got Ellie, and Ellie has been, for the most part, pretty good today. Did you get new beds? Beds are in. These are old styled beds, and some prototypes that I've been working on. So this is an old one that Ellie's got some flaws to it, but Squeaker over here. Oh boy, she's so happy to see everybody. We'll talk about her in a second, but Ellie's been pretty squeaky herself today. Now I brought these 2 to work with me today. Had them in the office, had them in the shop here. They have been pretty good for the most part. I'm going to say they've been pretty good. But this noise that I'm hearing behind me has been pretty constant. When I say constant, I mean I've had intermittent breaks of half hour, 45 minutes where she cools down and lays down and all that stuff. But Ellie's been really moany and growing, just making ridiculous noises. So I've been kind of a little bit on edge, but just trying to get caught back up with work stuff after a week off. But for the most part, I'd say they've done pretty well. But I also think, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute because I had a great conversation today, and I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I'm going to start doing, and I'm hoping you guys will join me with. But Brooke is in. Welcome, Brooke. Becky's in. Amber, Matt, Greg. Beds are in. Yes, Matt. So if you guys are waiting on back-ordered beds, I have no back orders right now. Everybody is going to be shipped. So there's a couple that are going out. There's a couple right there that are going out. Everybody's going to be shipped. I am going to be back ordered probably tomorrow, but I've got more beds coming. So I'm adjusting the way I take care of inventory. So I'm learning as I go here. Rochelle Anderson, welcome. Boy, a lot of new people. So great. All right. So did you hear the exhaust? She had deep moan. She finally had her fill. Now I probably just fired her back up. Now, tonight, before I go anywhere, so here at the shop, we're going to go live here. We're going to do some stuff because I think it's important. I got a couple points that I've had a long week to think about. You guys know me, I've made some notes. I've got a few really good things, I think. I've got some ideas. I'm going to start out with, if anyone's new, you understand whenever we take these dogs off the beds, off their place, you got to get them outside. Because she has been on her bed for some time, and so has she. So the first thing I'm going to do is, and I wanted to show this. At first I was thinking before I go live, I think I should take them outside, get them into the bathroom, do their thing, bring them back in, get everything ready so that when we go live, we can go live. And I want to work on a few things. I want to work on recall. I want to work on sit. I want to work on remote sit. I want to make some movement in it tonight with Spry. Spry's been home with Steph all week and worked on a lot of group work, actually. I give her a lot of credit. She worked with some of our older dogs and worked kind of group stuff, which is good. I think she is capable of doing it because she's getting really good at some of these core things. Jamie Rushman's in. Welcome, Jamie. Jamie sent us an awesome video making a retrieve with her pup today. I got several really nice videos over the last few days, guys, so I appreciate that. Jeff Trudell's in. Let's see. Mike is in. Chris Borgman's in. So I was going to do all that stuff before you guys came on live, but I thought, you know what? We're in a totally new spot here. I think I should go live and show you where we do it here. Show you, give you an idea of how I do it in the shop, because this is a different place. And part of the problems I think we're having is some people are just having really, really simple issues at home. Can't get my dog to come back in after I go to the bathroom. I can't tell you how many people are having that problem. So my part of the problem, I think, is we're working on trying to get dogs to come in from outside after going to the bathroom, and our work to get better at that is happening at that moment. And we can't train dogs to come in from going to the bathroom after we take them out to go to the bathroom if we don't have a basis in the first place, and that's recall. So here, that's it, here. Sit, stay, come when I call you. If we can do that, man, we can do anything. And a little bit of heel work. And so I'm going to do a little bit of heel work with this pup tonight too. So I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to take Spry. I'm going to come over to her. She's coming off the bed. I touch her. Come on. Good. That's it. Just enough for her to understand she can come off the bed. Now, we're going to see how well she does. Oh, look at this, guys. Automatic, right? The reason is because we've changed. At our house, we have changed the habit to when this dog goes outside, before she goes out, she's got to sit. So she's going, well, I do that. I'll do it here too, I guess. Okay? So this is super simple, but the habit started at home, and we've gotten her into a habit now where she comes up to a door, she sits down for me. Every single time we took her out, once I decided to start doing this, every single time I took her out, I come to the door and make her sit. And within 3 or 4 days, it's become a habit. I couldn't do this until she knew how to sit. She had to learn to sit first. So back up several weeks, and we're working on sit. And now we've taken sit, something she's learned, and we put it here. Now this is a remote sit, because I'm away from her right now. But I couldn't do this until she understood remote sit. And she couldn't do remote sit till she could do sit. So I'm going to be really, really reverse engineering everything I do tonight, because it's been a week off. And I feel like we're going to get some new people. I think if you guys can share, we'll get new people in. Anyone who's struggling with some of their dog training stuff, share it to them. Because we're going to talk about stuff with this little puppy and that. See it? And we're going to talk about how did we get to it. And if I reverse everything I've done here tonight, I'm going to show you how to get there. And I guarantee you can go back and watch old Spry videos and see those steps. So, okay, Spry, come on. So I let her out. Come on. Now, here's what I really like about when I go outside my shop. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Immediately I'm going this way. Now there's stuff all over. Just snow just melted. This is our landlord's building, so he's got stuff over here. So I'm going to bring, come on, there, very good. She goes to the bathroom. Very good. Now I want to show you guys this. I got a fence right here, which is our neighbor's. I got the building right here. Narrow little corridor. I'm always taking her back this way. I wouldn't have done this until I had a recall. Here we got the back of his building. Nice little narrow corridor. I actually took her. I'm back. And I'm just violent right now. So we'll see how many people stayed on, because I just went outside and lost the reception, and then I couldn't, and I'm just, so this is one of these things that I have to work through, because like literally I'm really mad right now. I can just really pissed because I can't hardly work with it live because it kicks me out and all this stuff. So now all of a sudden the service, it seems to have come back in. So I appreciate you for working through this with me, but this is part of what's not going to be good when it comes to this training. So she's still here, April says. I thank you for that, April. So we lost a bunch of them, but that's all right. We'll be back on now. So I want to go outside. I want to show this. I'm stubborn. Here's one thing is, I'm pretty damn stubborn. So I'm going to really test my internet service, and I don't know if it's the internet or not. Deep breathe. I do have to take a deep breath. So it says the connection's weak. I don't understand it because I don't know why it doesn't just go to not using Wi-Fi, but okay, so I'm going to start. I'm going to see if this goes weak. If it goes weak again, I'm going to try to figure something else out new. So I'm going to spin this around. I brought Spry back in. I put her back on her place. I'm going to take her outside. All right, let's go. Now you'll notice I had a nice little deep sigh there because I needed it. Boom. Second time in a row, okay? So habit being formed. Spry. She comes out. I'm not going to take her around the back yet in case I lose you. But she's going to go out. She went to the bathroom once. You can see she's pretty damn excited right now. She's been in there for a long time. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. I'm just going to let her move around a little bit. You can see she wants to tackle every flag. She's got other things on her mind. She's just discovered flags. Now all of a sudden flags are cool. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Very good. Very good. Sit. Good. Sit. Good. Spry. She's going to come in. So we go from a real hot bullet to slowing down. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Sit. Good. So I'm going from this real hot dog that was just, wow, she was just wound up, right? And we got her back in. Now, I know what you're saying. That looked easy. That looked easy. You take her outside, my dog won't come back from going to the bathroom. My dog smells all that stuff, wants to run off. Guess what? So did she. And so did she for a long, long time. But I've had to change things, and I've had to practice that, not outside. I practice that inside. Now, I'm going to do a test for her. Come on, come here. Because I want to make sure that I get little Ellie girl a chance. Come on, come on, come on. Place, get up. Good girl. Notice I just started placing her with a command. Ellie, Ellie. Ellie can get called off. Spry doesn't. Ellie, come here. Now, here's a test for Spry. Okay? Ellie, sit. I can do the same thing. I've gotten into the habit, I don't even do it with my old dogs anymore, so I can do the exact same thing with my old dogs. Ellie, come on. Ellie comes out. Ellie's going to go to the bathroom. Ellie's older. Ellie's a year and a half. Come on, hurry up. Let's go, hurry up. Ellie still gets excited like a puppy. Hurry up, let's go. Hurry up, let's go. So she's just wound up. She's going to go to the bathroom. She's going to run around the corner. Let's go peek on her. Let's see if we can. There she is. Good. Hurry up. Hurry up. Hurry up. I'm going to try not to get too far so my connection isn't weak. Good. Very good. There's her quick little bathroom break. Here. Good. And we're back in. Okay? Wow, that's awesome. Now, look who passed the test. We went outside. Little pup stayed in. Sit. Good. Just practicing the same damn thing we've been working on for so long. Just simple sit. All right, come on. Ellie. Very good. Now, let me do this. Ellie goes right to her place. Come on. Come here. I'm going to move this. Move this out of the way. I'm going to take Ellie. Ellie, come here. Place. Now I'm going to take little pup out. See that? No way do I let her jump off like that. Get a little bit of control out of her. All right, come on. Come on, now you can. I touch her. Come on, let's go. Good girl, good girl, good girl. Now, we just talked about getting your dog to come in from outside, right? So no one can get, now she's gonna go right in there because she knows the toilet's seat is up and she can get a drink and I'm sure she's thirsty. Oh, look at you. Now, I'm not asking her or telling her to do anything right now. You can do whatever you want, little girl. I never asked her to sit. She's gotten into a habit of when Dad comes up, I better sit under control. Very good. All right, let's go. Come on. Now, what I'm doing is I'm talking about how everybody gets so excited about can't get their dog in. Can't get my dog to come in when they go to the bathroom. What do? Can't get the dog. Look at this little dog. Can't get the dog to go into the bathroom. Here's what I was going to do. I was going to grab one of these. Here's something new, guys. It's going to be on our website pretty quick. I kind of like these. I think they're cool. So I told you she's pretty thirsty. I'll give her a quick drink here. She hasn't had a drink all day. Get her a little water going. So this is just a really... What? No one's asked you to sit. You can go anywhere you want. I'm actually wanting her to move around right now. Come on, let's go. That's it. Come on, let's go. I want her to move around. I'm going to set her bowl of water right here for right now. So I'm just letting her... She's so not used to wandering around. What's her habit do? She puts herself on a sit. Well, come on, let's go. You can run around. You can do anything you want. She says, I'm not used to this. Okay, that's good. Habitual. Cultural impacts of this dog are don't run around and get in trouble. Don't run around and lose control of my head. Don't run around and, oh, smell that? Yes. It's going to be for sale, everybody, so keep your eyes on Craigslist. Come on, let's go. Come on, let's go. Nah, I don't want that. I don't want that. Now, she jumps up there. She's stuck now. She can't get off. She placed herself, she's stuck. The last thing I'm going to do is call that little puppy off there. I will test her. Watch this. Ellie, come on. Ellie. Ellie. Good. Very good. Sit. Sit. Nice. Now she's on the place. Now she can't get off of it. We're back, I think. Oh, you guys want to test patience? Well, that might be part of our talk tonight, and I'm going through it right now. So do me a favor, if you're still watching, do a something to tell me that you're still watching. There, you're still on. I can't believe some of you guys stick through this, but thank you. So lost you again. Why wouldn't we? But so the whole time that we lost you, I just left the puppy on the place, and I just went, you know what? We're just gonna leave her on place until we get them back live. So she's there. So now I want to get her off of there, and I don't want to have the distraction that I had before. I don't want to. This is not a good setup for this training, but it's very realistic, very real life. So here's my point. Come on, come on. So I'm gonna touch her. She can come on. Come on, let's go. Ellie, place. Ellie, place. I'm gonna bring this up. Now remember, I'm not big on run of the house. My dogs never get run of the house. She never runs around my shop because lo and behold, she will get in trouble. Come on, 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 come on. Come here. Very good. Very good. Lots of praise. Okay. Now, I'm going to walk around here. She can do anything she wants right now. She can go anywhere she wants. Smell anything she wants. Get into anything she wants. I don't care right now. I'm still paying attention. Come here, come on, come on, come on. Sit, sit, good. Lots of praise. Number 2. That was number 2. Now notice number 2, that last one was really interesting because where was she going? She was going right back over to that damn bed with that dog on it. Oh, you don't have to. You can do anything you want. Come on. Come on, go ahead. No. Come on. Do anything you want, but don't go on that bed. That's what I want from her right now. So that was really nice for her to resist it. Go ahead, smell whatever, do whatever you want. Pick up some rocks, that's cool. Man, what a lot of excitement, right? There's a lot of stuff in here right now that's interesting to her. Her tail is going around. Her attention to me is not nearly what it once was. She's eating, I don't know what she's eating, something. Come on. What do you got there? What do you got? I'm going to come over here and now watch. Come on. Here, sit. Very good. Sit. Very good. 3 times in a row. Okay? One more. I want to do one more. Good girl. Very good. Little praise. You're okay. Now do whatever you want. That's fine. Go ahead. So I'm gonna stand over here. I'm gonna pretend I'm working on something. Oh, look at who found a nice little spot to go. And that's cool. That's cool. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come here, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come here, come here, come here, come here. Sit. Very good. Very good. What is that? 5 times? Sit. Now, notice this. Notice my tone. Notice everything change. That was big. That tells me something. If you notice what that was, tell me what. Let me know what you think that was that I noticed. There, I got it again. Let me know if you notice what that is, what I'm getting at. Emily said she'd let you behind her. That's part of it. Eyes is part of it. Pretty nice focus, especially compared to when she was chewing on whatever it was before. But watch the scooting. She's letting me go all the way. Now I lost that focus right there. You could see instantly. I knew it. But I had lost the connection. So it took a little while. I'm gonna come back. Don't push it too far. Very good. Very good. I don't know what you got. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now she's bandito. She's out of here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Now she's back to the old. Wow, this is really fun. This is really fun. I'm gonna let her go again one more time. She can do whatever she wants. Boy, look at her just magneting to me right now, guys. This is beautiful because this went from her whole pace has changed. So I'm gonna move up and down the shop, and then every once in a while you see she just kind of loses it and goes. That's all right. Now the question: come on, 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 come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Sit. Good. Very good. My tone, my speed, everything is changing. That was a little test. She couldn't see me, so I'm standing behind the forklift there. So the whole point of this last 5 minutes of training was I took her outside, and you didn't see it, but she actually recalled in really nice. Okay, she came in well for me. But you know what? She's been doing that pretty consistently now for the last week or two. Remember, she's 15 weeks old. 15 weeks. For 2 weeks now, I'm going to say, maybe 2 weeks now, she's been doing it well. We started when she was 7 weeks, so I'll run the numbers quick. 7 weeks to 13 weeks. It took 6 weeks before I could say with any confidence that I think she's coming in pretty good on recall. But if you go back and you watch a bunch of the old ones, I worked on it just about every day. I tried to get it better. It just wasn't always that good. But what I want you to realize or recognize is there's so many people right now that are talking about and asking and struggling with, let the dog out to go to the bathroom. They won't come back in. I can't get them to come back in. Now, some of these are 8-week-old puppies. Some of these are 10-week-old puppies. Some of these are 5-month-old puppies. Some of these are 2-year-old dogs, puppies. Okay? So it's a real common thing. Let the dog out to go to the bathroom and won't come in. What should I do? Should I tie him on a rope? Should I put him on a check cord? What should I do? My answer is you don't train the dogs to come in from the bathroom when you're letting the dogs out to go to the bathroom. Training's got to happen now, here in a real... So when I came in and started this, I think I counted 5 repetitions. There's my loss of focus. See that? So I bet you if you look back, the amount of time that she can focus on me is really close between these sessions. So I just reeled her back in to get her attention. But if you go back and watch, there was 5 times I think I got her to recall to me well. And what I did was I came into the shop here and I actually let her run around and do whatever she wanted. I encouraged her to go over there in the corner, go over there in that corner, run around, don't have to be right by my side, okay? And she did, but there wasn't that much temptation here, and she really couldn't go very far. So by the time she was over, faded away in the corner there, and I went, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't want to say it too loud because it'll be way too tempting for her. But I made a ruckus to have her come to me. She turned around and went, that's probably as good as anything. And she came running to check it out, and she got a nice praise for it. And I slowed my tone, and I firmed up with her, and I made her sit, and I asked her to be disciplined and overcome a lot of temptation. And she did it. Now this is a big room. This is a big room with a lot. I couldn't have done this. I don't think I could have done it 4 weeks ago when she was 11 weeks old. I don't think I could have done it. But if you go back 11 weeks, when she was 11 weeks old, I was probably working in my kitchen at that point. I probably had enough confidence in her to do it in the kitchen, but I probably had to build the Great Wall and keep her from running through my house. So incrementally, I've gotten to the point where this little puppy can go outside and come back in with some confidence. I did not train it to her. She didn't learn that by me taking her outside and coming back in 2, 3, 5, 10 times a day to go to the bathroom. Because at that moment, we're not learning a damn thing. We're just overloading with too much excitement, and I'm getting really, really frustrated with it. This is where it starts. Starts in your kitchen. Starts in your mudroom. Starts in that little 8 square foot pen. Just get the puppy to move from one side to the other to you. So rewind, go back, reverse engineer your problems. If you've got puppies that don't come in when you take them out to the bathroom, don't think you're going to train them to come in when you're going to the bathroom by taking them out to the bathroom 10 times a day. It's not going to work there. You have to get it into a place where it's going to work. This worked for me tonight. I had a nice recall in here tonight. Really nice. And then I had a nice little puppy that dialed in and sat, and I walked around. Now here's what I'm going to move her. Good, because that was a real long sit. That was nice. Good. Heel. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Now she goes, oh, I can do anything else. No, 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 no. I get on her and she knows it. Come here. Come on, 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 come on. Come here. Come on. Very good. Come here. That's it. That's it. Good. Wow, praise him. I even asked her to sit. I'm going to mix this up. It's not always come and sit. It's, yeah, you're good. Come here. Come on. Come here. Come on. Sit. Sit. Now I'm going to shift gears. Now the other thing I was doing was that I wanted you guys to see if you could pick up was I walked circles around her and she didn't spin all the way around. If you go back and watch videos with her, as I walk circles around her, she scoots like she's doing right now. She wants to look at me. She's doing it right now. Okay, sit. You know why she's doing it? That's in my hand. Out of my hand, watch the difference. There it is. See that? Okay, so what it told me was her not spinning all the way around tells me she's starting to have confidence and understand that when she sits, she's sitting. And so she'll swing her head to one side, and then she'll get so far that she can't turn her neck. And now watch her head. There it is. She swung it around. She went, I know you're coming, Dad. I know you'll be there. Now she's adjusting. Now the last time she didn't do it was because I had this in my hand. I changed one thing. I had a leash in my hand. She's already connecting a leash to something positive. I love it. You know how she's connecting a leash to something positive? So I'm going to reverse engineer this. Next thing I'm doing is heel work. Tonight I worked on recall. Next thing I'm doing is heel work. Guess where I started heel work? Not with this. Right there. A noose. I didn't hang the dog. I tied the dog out. She got tied to that. Back up. 4 or 5 weeks ago, probably 5 weeks ago, around 10 weeks old, I first started tying her out. I clipped onto a stationary spot and I let her understand that the way, if you pull on this thing, it's uncomfortable, it hurts my neck. If you don't pull on it, if you don't jerk on it, and if you pull on it and it hurts, and I want to turn it off, I just go closer to whatever it is that I'm anchored to. Whether it's that garage door or the sign. I used the sign out in front for a couple days when it was nice out. Now, the thing that she's anchored to, right here, this guy. I am what she's anchored to now. So how does she turn off the uncomfortable part of her neck when she pulls too far? She comes right back to me. I want to show you I want to show you how far this little puppy's come on heel. Because I just love this. I love getting to the point of heel. Now, this is where the phone sucks. It just makes this so hard for me to get my clips on. It makes it hard for me to get her to focus. Don't try doing this for the first times with a phone and try filming. It makes it really hard. Okay, so I'm going to walk over. I'm going to set this up so you guys can watch. Spry. Oh, she felt a tug to the neck. Her ears roll back and she goes, I'm sorry. Well, don't get out of position. Spry. Heel. I want you to notice the loose lead, okay? This lead right now is in a U shape. You're going to see it in a second. Let me spin this around. And I'm just going to have you guys watch this, okay? Let's see. I don't have a tripod tonight, so you're on my little paper, whatever folder thing. Sit, cabinet drawer thing. Okay. She's going to walk down with me. I want you to notice the lead. See the U in the lead. Because I don't want to be dragging dogs along. She's super uncomfortable right now with me having this tension on her. You can see she just wants to get out of it. Best way to get... I don't want to be dragging her. So, Spry, heel. Zero pressure. She got about a foot in front of me that time, so I turned around and came the other way. She's a foot in front of there, correction. I want you to notice something that was really interesting. She's in really nice heel position with me, and I've got a super loose lead. I'm not pulling her, I'm not steering her, nothing. But as soon as I start talking to you guys, she got out a foot and a half and I had to correct it. As soon as I just cut the connection between me and her, she feels me. She feels me through this leash right now. And as soon as I start talking to you guys, she goes, the hell with him. He's not paying attention to me. Do my own thing. And as soon as she does her own thing, I go, oh, no, she's out of position. I correct her and I bring her right back in and she sucked right in nicely. But then I didn't keep talking. I was just quiet. And I focused completely on her. If I'm holding onto this phone and trying to do this, it doesn't work. Because she can read right through me. She goes, you're talking to them, not me. This is where you got to connect, guys. This is where feel means so much, literally and figuratively. I have to feel, she's feeling this lead. I'm not pulling her. If I pull her, she stiffens up she braces. I release it, her little tail goes, oh, I'm happy. Heel. Sit. Spry. Heel. Very good. I'm moving so slow there. She didn't know if I was stopping or not, and 3 or 4 times she actually sat down because she wasn't sure if she was supposed to be moving or not. She thought, hell, maybe he's stopping. He's going so slow. Maybe I should. Just instinctually, she's sitting now, habitually. Because every time I stop, I get her to sit. Control. I got all the control in the world of her. So now all of a sudden, I'm moving so slow, she's tempted to sit. She's tempted to sit. I kept going. I never stop. I don't let her tell me when to stop. But she's not trying to. But if she sits and I stop, who's taking who for a walk here? Who's leading who? I can't stand watching people get pulled down the road by their dog. Can't stand it. I also am not going to let her get into a habit of, I don't really want to go anymore. I'm going to sit. He'll stop. So she sits. I don't stop. I keep moving. Real slow. And the very last, so I had to do it 3 or 4 times. The very last time, watch her pace. She gets to a point where she stopped, and then she waited, and then she took a step. She didn't sit. Tells me she's learning. So let me, I'm going to make sure we're still live here. I'm going to spin her around. I'm going to do it one more time. Spry, heel. Beautiful. Tail wags as soon as beautiful. She goes, oh, well, thank you. Very good. Now, find balance. I just went slow as molasses. She wanted to go faster earlier, so I'm slowing things down. Now, she's getting to want to go slow. She's kind of liking it. She's liking my pace. Keep her honest. So I'm going to flip her on her head. Heel. Spry. Heel. Perfect. Nailed it. So now, good. That's what I'm working on with her right now. Recall. Sit. Remote sit. Place trained her all day. Place trained her all day today. Let her out a couple times. Dealt with her whining. Put my fingers in my ears and dealt with her whining. My dog is not quiet all day long. So, I'm dealing with all that stuff. So I'm going to leave her there. I'm going to plug this in. I'm going to plug this in. Okay. So then I'm going to start looking at some of these questions. Let me spin this around. And then I'm going to talk about a few things too that I got on my mind. So what happens when you're gone for a week. Sit. Sit. So I'm transferring the idea of a dog that has to go on place to now she has to understand, hell, I have to sit without the bed even. Now I don't expect her to do it all day long. I don't think she can. But she certainly can stay on her bed all day long because we're pretty solid with that. But it took me a long time to get there. So, a couple things before I go through some of the questions. I had a really good conversation this morning with a friend of mine who's training Fee, who is this dog, Spry's sister. Okay? Spry's sister, litter mate, is Fee up in Michigan. Chris Smith, friend of mine, training him. So, what I'm gonna do, so he called me this morning. I asked him if it's all right if I tell this story, and he said no problem. So he called me this morning. Goal Chicago. I think Chicago's winning 2-1. So he called me this morning, and he said to me, you know, he started out his conversation, and his conversation was, there's some things that we're struggling with. We really love we still love how you're doing this and the approach you've taken, and we love watching Spry. But Fee's struggling with a few things, and we're going to try a few different ways, and we're going to see if we can get her to... So he's struggling with the retrieve. He's realized that his place training isn't as good as he wanted it, thought it should be. Dog was jumping off the bed. He was having some issues with it. I think she's vocal at times. He's having issues with that. Just struggling in general, okay? And so, now remember, 15 weeks old. Same age as Spry. So... But then he got done with that, and this was like over 15 minutes we talked about this. Then he got done with that, and he said, but I know what kind of dog this dog is capable of being, will be, can be. I know she's going to be great, okay? And his voice, when he said that, was completely different than when he was talking earlier in the conversation. And I just stopped him and I asked him, I said, Chris, I really think you believe that. I do think you believe that she's going to turn out great. The first part of this conversation had so much doubt and question and uncertainty and everything in your voice that it was like, what are you trying? Like, I don't get it. I'm confused by it. And he said, well, you know, he beat around the bush. He beat around the bush. He beat around the bush. And finally he said, you know, you're a friend of mine, and you know, I really like what you do. He's been to workshops. We started because he came to a workshop. That's how we became friends. So that's I mean, we've got some history. But he said, I really want to make sure, like, I'm kind of looking like for your approval. I want your approval. I want you to be. He said, you know, what do you think? What do you, when your dad, when you do something good, and you know, you want your dad to like approve of it. Like, that's how I feel. And I said, okay, I totally can understand that. I totally get it. It's the way it sounds. But what I'm worried about is the idea that you're so worried about what Spry looks like. And you're so worried about comparing it to Fee. And you're worried about all this stuff that really doesn't mean a damn thing. Like, I don't care. So then I told him about this dog. This dog over here is 1.5 years old. Maybe a little over 1.5 years right now. And I said, here's the thing. That dog right there is not a client's dog. It's one of my dogs. So she's probably had the least. I trained 2 of her sisters who got more attention than she did. Okay? And so I said, here's where I have problems. So he went through and he talked to me about all the issues that he's having. And it's, you know, we're 15 weeks old. We're just not breaking through. We're not taking the steps I know we should. I don't know that we're at the same point where Spry is right now. Blah, 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 blah. And I said, here's my issue with most people right now that are training their dogs. And I'll get into it in a minute. But it's the lack of patience. It is a complete lack of patience. You hear that? I listen to that all day long. She whines. Not all day, but she whines. But I have to realize for every 15 minutes that she whines, she probably has 30 minutes she doesn't. I don't realize the 30 minutes, the 15 minutes stand out greatly and drive me nuts. Trust me, it drives me nuts. I have to realize she's 15 weeks old. You have to realize your dog is whatever age it is. And then you have to realize that they don't care how old they are. They don't care how long they've been doing this. They don't care how long you've been training them. They don't care if you know a lot about training or not, how many dogs you've trained in your life. They don't care. So Ellie over here, 1.5 years old, and I can say with a lot of confidence that by this year, by this fall, she'll be over 2 years old. And I think she will be one of the finer dogs that I've had as a 2-year-old. She's just going to be really nice. And so when she's 5, she's going to be unbelievable. I can tell you that right now. I have all the confidence in the world. She will be. See that little dog? She decided, I'm going to be here a while, and laid down. Okay? It's taken time. It's taken time for her to understand that. It's taken time for me to get to this point with her. It's going to take me a long time to get to where I want to go with her. All of it is going to take patience. Because Chris was frustrated as all hell with a 15-week-old puppy that was struggling on some basic stuff. 15 weeks old. How old is your dog? I'm having some people comment right now. I have a whiner too. I have a barker and a whiner. Okay? Sit. What are you going to do about it? Are you going to be patient enough to get through it? I guarantee you, in 6 months, this dog doesn't whine. She won't. But if I can't stand it, can't handle it, here's the fix to this whining with the puppies. At some points where I can't handle it, I take this puppy up and I take her outside and I put her in the crate, in the truck. And she lays down and she goes to sleep. And if she whines, I can't hear her. She's just frustrated right now. It takes a lot of patience, guys, to get through this. I can't tell you how many people... Nicole from Monday night. We're going to do a live call with Nicole tomorrow. We're going to find out how she's doing with Maverick. Remember, in her letter to me, it was she's finding herself with she has anxiety over the issues that she was going through with her dog. At that point, her dog was 8 weeks old. It was causing her anxiety. So today, this week, dog's going to be 9 weeks old. We're going to find out. How did things go? Because if you remember, she had a lot of issues. She wrote me a 3.5-page message in Word document form. So there was a lot there. She was concerned with a lot of things. And when we broke it down and boiled it down and left it with her, I asked her to do 2 things. I asked her to try to get the dog to be able to settle into a pen or kennel area without whining and fussing and being patient through it. And the other thing I asked her to do is try to steady her up at feeding. We're going to find out how that went. Like, all the problems and issues she had, and I asked her to do 2 things. Can you do 2 things? Work on 2 things for me this week. We're going to find out how it worked. But you got to, but what I have to remind you guys is the anxiety was formed with her, and I'm glad she's willing to, like, say it. But I think a lot of you guys, a lot of people that are watching this, are getting some tendencies of anxiousness. And it's these little tiny puppies that are doing it to us. But if we take a step back and we realize they're just puppies, and we maybe have only had them in our house for a week or 2. This one, 8 weeks. She's been with me for 8 weeks. My life, 8 weeks is a blink. So we have to be patient. So I'm going to talk about patience, and then more patience. Because the nice part about this is you guys are watching, you guys are training your own dogs. You don't have a deadline. You don't have to send your dogs home trained to anybody. They're home. So when it gets done, it gets done. And it might take you guys 4 weeks, 4 months, or 4 years. I don't care. By the time you're done, you're going to be really happy. You're really satisfied. The question is, are you going to be patient enough to get through it? She wonders too. So, this is what I'm going to ask you guys. Some people are falling off. I'm going to ask you guys a couple things to do this week. I'm going to ask you to make comments on this one, because I'm going to watch them after. Make comments as to what is going well, first. And second, what are you struggling with? Because a lot of you guys know how old your dogs are. I know some of you are with puppies. I know some of you are with older dogs. What is going well? What are you struggling with? Because I want to see some common themes. I want to find out where the problems are, where they lay. It's going to help me. The other thing is Instagram story. Chris asked me, said, you know, he really appreciates the idea that my dogs suck as much as they're great all day long. Like, that's true. You guys, when you watch stuff on social media, when you watch other things, sometimes when you watch seminars, for some people, you see really fancy highlight reels. You see real fancy highlight reels. Yeah, she's a scooter. You can see she's scooting. I'm not going to be as strict with her right now because I'm asking a whole lot out of her. But you see highlight reels, and you see stuff where dogs don't make mistakes, and you think it's awesome. Truth is, they made mistakes before. Come on. Sit. This is where the place comes in so nice. If I had a place, I wouldn't have an issue right now. But I'm really good at place. It's time for me to start getting good at other stuff. So, with her. So, I want to know, I think when you watch so one of the things I'm going to do is, if you're not on Instagram, the other thing is let me know if you're on Instagram or not. If you're on Instagram, follow us with DogBone Hunter. If you're not on Instagram, I'm going to urge you to join Instagram or sign up. Just, you don't have to be active with it. Just get an account and then follow us, because I'm going to use our Instagram story to show more stuff that's happening throughout the day regularly, and it's essentially kind of like live, but it's really going to show a lot of the bad stuff. I'm going to show when I have an issue. I'm going to show when my puppy's whining. I'm going to show when I can't get the dog to focus. I'm going to show when I take the dog out to the bathroom for 10 seconds and bring her back in. I'm going to show when I do little things. I'm going to show when I do really, really simple things that don't necessarily justify the idea of going live. It's not a training session. It's working through the things that I work on in training sessions in everyday repetition with a lot of consistency. So if you're on Instagram, if you're not on Instagram, that's something that you might want to check out, because you can always, for like 24 hours, you can go back and you can watch the Instagram follows. So I'm going to start using that going forward. Chris asked me if I do it here. This platform isn't set up for it very well, so I'm going to do it on Instagram. So if you're not on Instagram, that'd be a good thing for you to join. So I'm going to look at some of your struggles. Tell me what's going well. Tell me, first thing you tell me is what you're doing well. Second thing you tell me is what you're struggling with. And then we're going to build on it from that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one tonight, because I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the training part. I haven't done it so here's a change in this dog. I missed it. Like, she changed minutes ago, and I just totally missed it, because I've been looking at this phone. I've been reading through and seeing if there's any quick questions that I need to do and all this stuff, and look who changed. You know what it took for me to get to this? Patience. I had to get through her fussiness. I had to get through her wiggling. I had to get through her scooting. I had to get through her whining. I had to get through all the crap to get to this, and now I got it. Remember what it feels like, because it's going to get crappy again. But this, I love this. This is what Steph worked on all week. Put the dog on sit in the kitchen and just let her sit there until she gets so damn tired she falls asleep. This was exhausting to her. That tells, when she lays down like this and falls asleep, that tells me she's exhausted. And I didn't take her outside and run her a mile. She physically could run a mile. But if she got outside and ran a mile, I'd burn physical energy. But you know what? I wouldn't burn any mental focus. She would not have to focus. So sometimes taking a walk on a leash from here to there, here to there, here to there, 5 times, we maybe covered 50 yards total. Like, we didn't walk very far tonight. But she burnt physically energy to walk, and she had to think about it while she was doing it. She had to do it right. That wore her out more than me taking her from a 1-mile run. Guarantee you. So sometimes the energy or the release isn't just physical. It's physical and mental combined together. And even with a 15-week-old puppy, I see great, great differences in energy burn-offs, what a lot of people call burn-offs. And then I get way better focus. So, I'm going to read through some of these. You guys have a great night. I'm going to head home. I'll go through. I'll see if there's some questions. If there's some questions, I'll see if I can't get them answered. Otherwise, what are you doing well with? What are you struggling with? Okay, that's what I want to see. And then that's going to help kind of guide us going forward. And I am going to continue to do the same stuff. It's going to feel like the exact same stuff over and 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 over. We're on number 55 tonight. 55 live Sprys, and I took a solid week off. So 8 weeks, we've done a lot of little mini lessons, and I don't feel like we've taken any steps forward. But if I go back a week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, I'll realize just how quickly these little baby steps add up to be big steps. You guys have a great night. Fire away with the lists of what's going well, what's not going well. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm going to try to get one in the morning tomorrow. I haven't done a morning one, so I'm going to try to get one in the morning. You guys have a great night. We'll talk with you soon.